Hey, what is going on, ladies and the gentlemen? My name is Quarbit, and I will be your host today for Europa Universalis 4. Welcome back to episode 9 of our Kongo achievement run here for the African Power. Now, last episode we ended off with a bit of, well, a lot of, to be honest with you, a lot of religious turmoil, which is, well, looking like a lot of fun. Now, as long as no one decides to invade me, cough cough looking at you, Europe, we should be able to manage this just fine. Now, if they do invade me, well, we'll have a couple of problems to deal with. However, we are a Catholic nation. It's more unlikely that we're actually Protestant right now, so I wouldn't even go that far. It's less likely that they'll try to kill me because religious problems, kind of. Anyways, we're going to do our best to stay out of the way of these zealots so that they can keep peacefully converting our little areas, which will be very nice. It's very good for us, because in the long run, that means we don't have to spend anything on the missionaries we had before. Well, not nothing. What I'm going to do is stay Catholic for a little while, after which I'm going to, after which I'm going to swap to Protestant when all the religious zealousness is going to be gone, which is probably 1540, so we're looking at around 1550, we might, turn things around and go back to Protestant. However, much faster than it was before. As you can see, Protestant, when you change it, gives you missionary strength versus heretics, which is nice. So, we're basically just trying to give ourselves a free pass on the initial, religious conversion of our whole area down here. Because they're gonna keep going around, and they're gonna keep on spreading Catholicism in any way they like, because I'm not gonna stop them. I'm also going to decrease... Well, I'm not going to. I don't know where these guys will pop up. Because we have more, I know, if you can believe it, more Catholic zealots running around. And they will pop up in a few years. I mean, I'm going to look around here, but... Unfortunately, what that will do is it'll actually have these guys go around and do this. And then the Catholic zealots come back here to Catholic land instead of converting more, so... I think just sort of staying under the radar here and staying alive is a good idea. I don't think they'll spawn anywhere next to us. Ndongo is nope. Kasanje is a nope. Chokwe is a nope too. So wherever they spawn, we'll be okay. Now we're going to start losing money, of course, because, well, obviously we're not getting the money from these occupied provinces, which is a little bit unfortunate. Oh, we do, in the Kasai area, get more rain, though, which is nice. Oh, are you going for the capital? Please go for the capital. A very important place called the capital of this country. Alternatively, if you do convert enough, I don't need the capital. The capital counts as, what is it, like 50... I want to say, is it 50? No, sorry, it was 1/5 of the country. I don't know why I said 50 in any variety of that, but... around 1/5 of the country's size. So, remind if we recognize, or at the very least, Caesar efforts for the worship in peace. Okay, yeah, Catholic becomes the new state religion. Are we there at that point already? We accept the demands. Yeah, Catholic becomes the new state religion. Hey, that's solid. Okay, what we can do here, it doesn't give us any other problems. No prestige problems, nothing else. What also happens is we get a forced conversion here, which is one of the things here. We need to either have 90% religious unity, or be forced converted. So we can do this right now. Alternatively, what I want to do is wait for them to grab the capital. The capital is a very large development, and having it the religion I want will save me so much money in the early game, or the mid game. Well, we're still kind of an early game, actually. But it saves me so much money that it's going to be fine. I'm okay with them taking it this time. I want them to force convert, actually. The more provinces they take, the less money it costs for me to change it back. So go ahead, go my pretties, please convert my country to the religion I would like it to be. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They took the capital, they forced us to submit, and guess what? We get past the Blasphemy Act, which is nice. We also get this again, which doesn't matter, and we're not going to take this because, well, we're going to want to do the Reformation again. Unfortunately, that gets rid of this, but that's okay. We get one faith here. We actually get a stability out of this. We gain a stability out of this. And our religious unity is 65 now. Are you guys seeing this? Okay, this is actually a fun time here. Now, the only problem is the devastation we're incurring here. It's a lot of devastation, let's be honest with each other. But, I mean, in the long run, this is really beneficial. In fact, it's so good that we can actually boost up stab just a little bit, just a tiny little bit, okay? The corruption and the religious unity hurt, but doing this, and then this, plus 2 stab, beautiful. It gives us more conversion, you know, more missionary strength. It doesn't cost much, and our economy is pretty much back. You know, we're doing okay now. We're fine. This is probably one of the fastest fixes I've ever seen. Now, the only other thing we could do other than that is declare bankruptcy, which would hurt a lot, but of course we'd have to do a few things to prepare for such things. I could declare bankruptcy to clear my loans, but I think it's better if we don't do that, because I can pay it off in other ways, and I prefer to not look vulnerable to the Europeans that might be breathing down my neck, so... I mean, I could even be friends with them. If I could somehow get an alliance, or any sort of royal marriage, anything at all. At least get them to like me. Getting them to like me is step 1. Step 2 is everything else. We got the corruption. At least a little bit of it, you know, just a tad bit of it, right there. We get the missionary up, of course. We decrease all these problems. Our country is looking mighty Catholic right now, which is good in this case. Whew, solid stuff. Okay, in the end, we end up on top, which is very nice. We also have a good amount of money that I'd like to spend on definitely our admin points here. Still behind in admin tech, by the way, which is the reason we have so much corruption. As well as, well, it appears our increased serfdom does a little bit of that. And religious unity was also hurting that as well. So at least there's something to be said for that. Okay. As for developing our capital, it still costs 2,000 points, which is really, really painful, but I think with our, we're still ahead. Yeah, we're still decently ahead in military, so we're going to be using primarily military. I don't want to use any admin, really. I really just don't want to use any admin in this case, because we're so far behind, and it's causing us what we had in the first place here. A level 2 Diplo guy? Ooh, I don't have the money for that. But I do. I don't, but I do, you know what I'm saying? We can get this. You guys both half cost? Oh, you are. Nice. I'll go for the trade efficiency. Money's nice. Let's get the national manpower, sure. And we'll decrease a bit of the corruption. Just down to a pretty decent amount here. Actually, better idea. I think this is a significantly better idea. Solid. There should be like no rebel problems whatsoever. We should be absolutely fine. I'm also checking to make sure I'm recording. I always just need to make sure because I get a little bit paranoid. So, let's go and check ourselves over here with our next idea slot I said I would grab. So, let's not break my word. We do have a couple options. Expansion would be a great one too, just for this whole, you know, what it's worth thing. I do still want to go and grab more exploration things. I was thinking, since there's stuff over here, of course, what we want to do is probably eventually move ourselves to the Ivory Coast and then move trade from India and from all over here into here as well. It's going to be more than just an African power. I was thinking we'd go for an everything power, a world power, you might even say. So, I'm going to keep our exploration. Expansion, I don't think we'll be using right now. We might want to go with a military one, which would make a lot more sense in my opinion. Defensive looks nice. Offensive looks nice. Innovative is also a possibility. Wouldn't be bad, actually. In fact, innovative would be quite nice. Indeed. Okay. We have our options here. Innovative, religious, expansion, or offensive, defensive, and one of these two, quality or quantity. I think quality would be much better. I don't think we need quantity. But anyways, our options here are, yeah, again, quality, defensive, offensive, innovative, religious, and expansive, or expansion. I keep saying that wrong. So expansion's off the table. I don't think I'll be taking one of these right now. I think I want either religious or innovative because they're really useful. Religious is really useful, especially for what we're going to be doing. Yeah, I might want to go with religious. It's a free CB against all of Africa is all I'm saying, you know. Just putting it out there, it's a free CB. I think I will do it. I won't be able to do much about it for now, but I want to have it. Keep it in the back of my mind, stuff like that. Of course, this is also a pre-recording if you're wondering, if you were yelling at me, suggesting idea groups, and I wasn't responding until later, that's because this is a pre-recording, so. If this wasn't the idea group you had in mind, envisioned, that sort of thing, that's the reason why. Now, that missionary is doing quite well. Our economy is going to slowly start to bounce back a little bit, which is nice. Especially with each and every conversion I make here. I'm going for the cheapest one, obviously. The other opportunities we have are, of course, well, rest in peace, Maravi. The Separatists got to them, which sucks. But yeah, we can go for another war here. When this truce is up, this truce will be up in 32. This truce is already up, so Kilwell might look at us already and think we're looking pretty tasty as a snack. But, we'll see what we can do here with allies and other nations and such things. Just any sort of allies we can make are always good options to try. A royal marriage with Castile's a no. Do you have any of these done? Oh, you do. Okay. Oh, who's... Of course, I was thinking, who is the personal union under Castile? Who else would it be? Never mind. Okay. So we could get a royal marriage here with Castile, which would be nice. Maybe. The distances are looking a little not great. Is it capital distance, or is it just pure distance? Because the distance here is not very much. It's probably capital distance. Which is weird. I don't think that's how that should be calculated, but... I don't know. If we improve our army strength, they'll definitely think twice about us, which is nice. If they gain a better than neutral attitude, even better, that'll be great. Am I paying too much for corruption? I am. We'll do this. Need to have money first and foremost, and if I go bankrupt now, then that's an easy kill for Kilwa. You know, the namesake is in there, so... lose a stability? I don't know, Chief. I'd much rather lose money. That's more debt to go into. Interesting. Interesting indeed. I won't take 803 for that. That's unreasonable. If I go ahead and do these things... Advisors, state maintenance... Do I have an expensive state up? No. Right? No? Okay, good. If we ever cap on admin, then we know what to do. But basically what we're going to have to do very briefly, very quickly here, is we don't have quite enough points. I'm going to slap like 3, maybe, admin clicks in here. I don't like slapping these admin clicks, but I'm going to have to do something about this whole institution that's not coming my way, so we'll encourage development, and we'll do a, I guess 2 clicks, really. It's going to increase like 16 colonialism, which is a lot, actually. It's all so expensive to go through. I might want to go and put in a 3rd just because. Yeah, that hurts a little bit, but... Didn't want to have to do this, but we got a little unlucky here. The other ones will be dealt with through military and Diplo, of course. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Lost the stability there. I didn't want to, but... Oh well. That is 259. Oh, that is good news. That is fantastic news. Okay. It's a free conversion, which is great. Unfortunately, it's not my capital. I think they took my capital, but it still didn't convert. Which kind of sucks a lot, so... Don't know what to do about that, honestly. Kind of really does suck. That's why our religious unity is still so low, because my capital is 21% of that, and will take a lot of months. So, and the more I develop it, the worse it gets. That's just like the worst possible thing. And moving it just costs too much at this point. I mean, if I move this, that's a solid... Yeah. A little bit of an extra there. I will not take that. I'll increase the autonomy instead. That's worth more. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Do you still hate me, Castile? Please say no. Well, you don't hate me, but you just don't really like me that much. That's fair. You don't have much money. I don't think I'll convert the rest of those. That's not worth it to me. With that whole money thing. Okay. Instead we're going to maybe have to start another war soon. I know, again, I know. But that's because our manpower is going to cap at some point, and we're going to need it, so. I was trying to establish myself solo, but, might have to... Well, we can get an alliance with Benin. That's better than nothing, right? So, take that alliance. Sure, why not? We can't even, like, be friends, like, through royal marriage, but a defensive friendship here is better than nothing, so we'll take it. Well, these two make a great match. And it's 100 admin. You know what? That is a nice bonus for me to have right now. How much are we left here? Around 35.85%. Okay. 35.85. That's going to be, I think, 4 clicks, which is a little bit of a shame. 4 whole clickaroos. That's a lot. A lot of clicks. Which means I'm going to decrease this edict. That's going to take more than a year for it to happen, so we're saving ourselves a bit of money in that department. It's also... Oh, we can ask for money, right. Yeah, that's important. Let's ask the burghers for something, or we can give them nothing, actually. I lied. Oh, you guys don't have much influence because of the decline of the merchant class. But you do need something. You need anything at all, so... There's also that opportunity of the cores down here. But none of them are important, are they? Unless it's like ruined here? Or Cuba? Or... Ndango? No, it's none of these things, so... It's not worth it to core any of these things. Okay. Just making sure. These boats are starting to take a bit of damage, but that's fine. We'll try and get our spy networks in a couple of areas here. So how much are you paying? Not very much, but that's whatever. That's fine. Are you guys in debt, actually? I'm surprised neither of you are in debt. Interesting. Oh! A new king! Exactly what I needed right now. An inferior king. Who's also a sinner. We're just having the luckiest game I think I've ever had. Ever. National unrest would not be my cup of tea right now. Let's go with the 10 prestige hit, which is also not fun, but more manageable. Yeah, so this new guy, he's not very good. I don't like this new king, and we didn't have the prestige to get rid of him, so... RIP. Huh. We're just changing things around here, apparently, interestingly enough. I don't like what I see here. I don't like it. Better be backing off, Kilwa. Oh, you're at war with Mutapa. Okay, that's better than nothing. Just Mutapa? And Tumbuka. Okay. So you broke your alliance there, then. So Tumbuka broke their alliance with Kilwa over that, then. If Kilwa gets, you know, really occupied in that war, you know, either literally or figuratively, then that could be a good opportunity for me to snag a bit of money out from Nkore again. Who knows? It might be a good opportunity. We'll see. We'll see. They'd have to be at war for the next, like, year and a half, though. 2 years, kind of. So, yeah, the next year and a half, pretty roughly. Yeah, my corruption's still growing, which is not fun. It's mostly because of this interest. And war does have the opportunity to take that down, but if not, I'll straight up go bankrupt, if I have to. I really don't like going bankrupt in these dangerous situations. If I'm allied with either of these guys, I can go bankrupt no problem. No issues with that. But I don't think that's going to be an opportunity right now, so... Yeah, unless I get more men, but then that's also more spending, so... You see how this whole thing collapses in on itself, huh? Yeah, lots of good stuff. Lots of fantastic things. If you look at this right now, Kilwa's in a little bit of debt too, interestingly enough. Occupied and besieged is going up a little bit. We'll see how far that goes. Of course, they hate me, so it's probably not going to happen, you know, in any good way, but we'll see. Okay, can we get 4 more clicks out of this? 4 more. 265, we can decrease that by 10, which is like 26. It's not that much. What was it, 4 clicks? I don't remember. Ooh, that is also an okay air only. Only an okay air. Not the greatest, but still okay. Yeah, for this we're going to have to do a couple of things. That's gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt too. Ooh, yeah, it does. Yeah, going bankrupt is looking kind of cool right now. Looking kind of nice. In fact, it looks really nice right now. I really want to go bankrupt and reset my economy. What is that you can do? I don't remember what it is, but you can can you bank manpower? No, you can't bank manpower when you're bankrupt. You can bank points by spending it in development, of course. I don't know about buildings. I think buildings get destroyed. Not all of your buildings, but I think it's your buildings in progress stop being built. So, that's a thing that exists, I think. I'll have to look up all the rules of bankruptcy. I haven't done that in a while. Haven't had to, but it looks like this will be one of the first runs, actually, that I've gone bankrupt to solve myself out of this debt problem. Depends on how Kilwa does, because they're looking not so good. Butwa's not even being captured, actually. Kilwa might actually be the one in trouble, depending on how this goes. If we declare war on Nkore and then Kilwa, it all depends on how things go. We might have a good opportunity. Okay, right, so we're gonna do a couple things here. First of all, boom. Second of all, it's a little while until that. We can do one really brief thing. What are you at? 39.5. And something that you can do, technically, if we hit a button here. Increase the loyalty, but it doesn't really tell me the size of anything else. We can hit very slight changes in development, which might be proved useful in this scenario. For stuff that's owned by clergy. That bump you up enough? We probably have to wait a little while for it to register. Yeah, 0.9, okay. Anything cheaper. You probably own Cuba, right? The clergy does. Okay, I don't like that. I don't remember when I did that. And the nobility has ruined. That's disgusting. I don't know when I did that, but it was a bad idea. Okay, let's go for something that the clergy does own. Or the burghers, sorry. Just Soyo and Ngoyo. Very nice names here. Let's go with something very simple, and that should bump them up to the 40% we need. Brilliant. This is good. Some good stuff. That's some good stuff. Give me this. We'll take that too. I'm sorry. It hurts you a little bit, but that's fine. And we should have enough points now to do development. Also, did I don't think I set a recording timer for today's episode. I'm probably way over already. Surprisingly not. Very good. 24 minutes, which is great. Now, over here, 265. It'll probably adjust itself a little bit, but the gist is basically one of these. One of these, I guess? How much is it? So, it's gonna give us 10, and we have a total of 3 left. It's 3 clicks. It's nothing too bad. So a click here, and a click here. Oh, that is painful. Good lord, that is a painful process to go through, and I never want to do it again. Printing press, 1550, 12 years. If we change ourselves to Protestant, it'll help. It'll help if we change ourselves to Protestant again. Which, you know, thankfully, we can do, actually. Because if we look over, let me try and look for these things, yeah. Religious zeal until the 40s, until 40, which is good. 44 over there, but, you know. Once any of the religious zeals are done, we can definitely use them. Especially because since we have so much Catholic stuff that wasn't done through zeal, so... okay, you know what? I have the plan in the back of my mind that I think is going to work out. So we're going to see if that process does exactly what I think is going to happen. And if that helps out, we also might have to fire one of these guys, because you're expensive, so I'm just gonna do that real quick for money. And see what we do here. But yeah, that is a massive capital. Hopefully never to be developed again. Hopefully. On the bright side, that does make it, relatively speaking, cheaper, which is good. And also, we can check here. Pretty decent spread of colonialism. I do say so myself. We can even go here, and we can go in a year, kind of. So we'll wait a little while for that to happen so that I don't forget it next episode. And all that good stuff. We're also really close to the next reform, which is nice. Hey, that's pretty solid. We can grab their first religious idea. Of course, we still need to fix our whole administrative situation here, but overall, not the worst situation I've been in, which is good. It's a good time when I can say that. How is this situation going? You'd still join, huh? If I went to war with you in Kore, depending on how these pretender rebels go... Never mind, they just got destroyed. Okay. How is Kilwa doing? I'm just gonna make sure before we finish off this episode. Two things. One, move this. Two, advancement effort. It costs us the same to maintain anyway. And over here we're going to very, very quickly spread this. Solid, very good stuff. Insta-spread is the best kind of spread, in my opinion, so we'll probably end up embracing 41, which is not too long. Good stuff. Grab some more of this, which is great. Okay, not bad. And the other thing I wanted to check before the end of today's episode is looking at Kilwa with their 2 mercs. I want to see how their economy is doing. I can check through... They're not that bad in debt, actually. They're okay with debt. I also want to check the quality composition here. As for morale, I'm still, like, at the bottom of the list. Well, duh, for those clear reasons, but in comparison to Kilwa with a 3.35, we're not looking so solid. Not so solid. Anywho, we can also check the discipline. Well, actually, that wouldn't help with me checking their discipline. I want to check the tech. Still on Tech 9. Which means they have the same tactics. Tech 10 gave us slightly better cannons and other stuff, so a war with Kilwa is considerably harder than it was before. And may or may not be doable at all, really. Let me do a quick check here. Yeah, they definitely join. The possibilities that Nkore could also just, like, leave. There's a good chance these noble rebels are actually really big compared to Nkore's size. Which we can check over here. The total size is 9,000, which isn't very big, so good on that. I think we'll also change Maravi here to probably enable scuddage, because you're not going to do very many useful things. So I don't want you to fight in this war. I want you to stay alive and survive, pretty much. Any wars that will be fought will be exceedingly difficult to get through. I don't think anyone's going to help me over here. Portugal? No, not you guys. No one really. Yeah, that kind of sucks. If I could get maybe a little bit closer with the colonists, perhaps. Unfortunately, though, we are out of time. I'll do a little bit more thinking between episodes. For now, this is Quarbit signing off, and as always, have a fantastic day. I would like to give a massive shout out to the following amazing patrons. In the $1 tier, we have Quiet Guy, Quagersol, Rising Runner, and Dylan M. In the $5 tier, we have Mezid Max. And in the $20 tier, we have Chewy Shoot. You guys are doing an amazing job helping me to move this channel forward, and I cannot possibly thank you enough.